Welcome to another amazing episode of the Beer Podcast. I am your host, Victor, with always
Walker, one of your other hosts.
And the third one, me.
And now we have a special guest of Oliver, and I need to let him not touch the counter because we had a pause. I don't know if we got names. Yeah, so Walker, Mace, and me. Yay!
Woo-hoo.
So,
We're all
what
here.
the fuck does that taste like?
It's orange.
Motherfucker!
Ollie touched the thing. Ollie touched the.
They keep. There. Yeah, I think.
It's staying in. It's catching us.
Okay. I can always edit it out. So, yay. Great. Yeah, so what the fuck is that?
It's a ghost energy drink.
Hold on.
They keep touching the wires.
He had to grab his toy gun.
Ah.
Just wait, hold on. Yep. I gotta make sure it's... Welcome back. Are we going now? Yes, we are going. Okay. After the laptop have Tourette's, the microphone's finally working. I have kids screaming in the background. I just love it.
Mm-hmm. It's how it usually goes.
Okay, beforehand, before we get into your drink, we gotta do... We're already, a minute in, whatever. Let's do the little crack open here.
Crick pash, pish.
Yes, and Mason has nothing.
I don't have my coffee this week.
You drink it all the way over.
No.
Victor gave me a ride, so I didn't stop.
Yeah.
There you go.
You want pop or a water to open up? You good? Okay. What?
Okay, so I've got a Ghost Energy drink, and it's the orange cream, so it's like a creamsicle flavor. If you've ever had the Mike's Hard creamsicle drink, it's pretty much the same taste. It's good. I like it. If you like,
I'm gonna have to take a sip because apparently we have to stop every fucking 5 minutes because my laptop's being fucking stupid. Let's give it a smell.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely
has smell test?
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely fucking creamsicle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing me back to fucking middle school ages.
Creamsicle is a very strong flavor, so
It
don't
is.
like it. It can be too much. And
That-
I have a feeling it's the only. So when I went to Foodland, this is the only flavor they had left.
I know,
so
they're running out.
to me, it makes sense that it's the least liked favorite flavor, and that's why it was still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I like it.
Today I am drinking Crazy Uncle. Craft soda for grown-ups.
I think you've had this before on the podcast.
I've never had it.
Really?
Yes, I've never had this before.
Okay, I've had it before because I do recognize it.
Yes.
They're pretty potent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard root beer, which is funny because it's root beer.
Yeah.
5%, but it has vodka in it.
Ooh, very nice.
So smells like root beer. We are back from the pausing of the laptop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we missed the fucking joke.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was also going to say, it smells like my uncle's basement, but that's just me.
Did you drink a lot of root beer?
I can't remember.
A lot of genuine beer? Okay, or there you go. You repress those memories.
That's why I drink.
It
turns Vietnam. Oh, fuck it. There's my phone. There it is. This is the thing I need for the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So, how has everybody's week been?
Not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know. I've been certified in highline inspection speed now at this point, which
Good
means
job.
nothing to most people, but I don't know.
It means average pay.
Yeah. Means I have another certification that means something in very niche field.
Very little, but very big at the same time.
Yeah. Other than that, work's been good.
That's good.
Gas
That's
is
good.
still nice and high. I hate
Oh.
that.
Which gas doesn't need to be nice and high because, you know how much fucking preserves of gas we have?
Oh, yeah.
And oil and shit?
Oh, okay. There's a big difference between, fracking oil and,
I was going to say, our oil reserves are different than the fuel oil reserves.
Yeah.
There's a different refinery for our
Yeah, so
oil.
what we have in Canada is the oil sands, and, because it's oil sand, you're quite literally sifting up heavier silt and dirt, and the separation process is a lot more lengthy and it's costly. But that doesn't change the fact that we have a lot of natural fossil fuel reserves all over Canada, and we're still one of the bigger exports of fossil fuels. But yeah, no,
We just need more dinosaurs to die. That's it.
I think Canada should have made large-scale investments in energy infrastructure, and they just weren't. Trudeau was dumping money all over the place, and then those projects got canceled, and it was like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, he would just dump money on fucking things we didn't need to do, like his vacations, and just oh, you know what? The Canadian workers don't need that shit.
Yep.
Fuck
Wasn't he
them.
the one who was going to try and build the bridge to Detroit?
Or
Or to Buffalo?
Oh, I think he was. There was something along
What?
those lines.
He straight up wanted to build a bridge and wanted total control over it. The states were like, what?
No, you do not make a bridge branching two nations and say, not Canada's the sole owner of it.
He wanted to be the sole proprietor of it, and even Trump was like, no, that's
Nope.
not going to happen.
Like, why? That's just so fucking
I
stupid.
think it's supposed to bring more international tourism or something, linking Toronto and Buffalo together
Like-
across the lake or something stupid. But
Oh,
we already
really?
have the Windsor-Detroit Bridge. We already have fucking
Niagara Falls,
Niagara
that link
Falls,
up there.
That's what I was thinking of.
And
There's plenty of border exchange across Ontario.
We
and
didn't
the
need to
States.
go right across the lake.
And there's no need because there was a whole bunch of people coming on planes, so it's fine.
Yeah, Trudeau was delusional fucking prime minister. He is tanked the country in a lot of different ways.
Did you see that he got caught using a red Solo cup
Oh yeah, at Coachella.
at fucking Coachella with fucking Katy Perry?
Oh, and he's the one who enacted and banned them all across Canada. It's like, oh my god.
Or weeks after he installed that stupid straw ban, he was asked by reporters about well, what do your families do? And he's like, we have disposable not paper but straw.
Literally stuttering over himself, trying to come up with an excuse.
He's just an idiot. That's how he is because he's just fucking dumb.
Yeah. I want to say worse than Joe Biden. Joe Biden actually had political experience.
No. Joe Biden, what we saw,
The first Joe Biden.
Okay, the first, the racist one.
Yeah.
Not this robot we had a fucking few years ago.
Sleepy Joe.
Oh man, that's fucking funny.
Overall point being is Canada really shouldn't be as affected by the gas prices right now, but
neither is the States.
Mm-hmm.
The States shouldn't need to be fucking tanked, but fucking, of course, a little nation with a big, small, pointy hat to keep
the overall
everything.
corporations are saying oh, now that we can't access oil over here, it's becoming worth more, so therefore we'll price our barrels at a higher price, even though the domestic market shouldn't reasonably be punished for what's going on overseas.
Yeah. So a guy that I drive in with to work,
Mm-hmm.
he used to work in the oil fields and shit, out west and all that. And he was saying that that Shell, the company alone, had a profit of $3 billion.
Yep. Oh god, yeah, they're raking in absolute profit all the time. There's no real reason that they need to be hiking oil prices up.
And I was thinking, well, if any fucking gas people or diesel people are out there listening to this podcast, probably not. Oh, and just so you know, Vietnam's number 3 for the top country.
Really?
Yeah.
In what? Wellness or
No. I mean, just the podcast.
Okay. For our listeners, there we go.
So States, Canada, and fucking Vietnam.
Hey, you know what? If you're from Vietnam and you're listening, enjoy.
There's one from China.
Just shoot traps.
Yeah.
They're in the trees, Charlie.
It's okay. I don't think the Americans are going back anytime soon. They, in big quotations, won that war.
It's really funny that you brought up Vietnam. Did you guys see their anti-drone shit that they're pumping around?
No, I
So
saw
they machined 6 Chinese-made AKs onto a mount, and they're all hooked up to this one fucking trigger.
Yeah.
And it's literally Moe's fucking 6 guns in one from The Simpsons. And it's this big fucking goggle thing, and Buddy's got 2 handles that are attached to the end AKs. And it's just this big 6 fucking guns machined to barrels, and all the triggers are connected. He's like,
that's awesome.
You don't need accuracy if you're firing 6 weapons at once. It's an ultimate spray and pray tactic.
That's awesome.
You need one shot to hit a drone to take it down. So I tell you what.
Shoot 6 feet across.
So as I was saying, he was saying there's no because he was talking about the oil prices.
Yeah.
Okay, for one, if they really want to fucking make that much money, make fucking gas cheaper, because if you make gas cheaper, more people are going to travel. Mm-hmm. More people are going to spend more money on gas.
Okay, think back to COVID.
I try not to.
Okay, initial lockdown when the first 2 months where nothing was going on, gas prices dropped to something close to 45 cents a liter for Canada. I think for the States that's equivalent to $1 a gallon.
Yeah.
Which insane. Like the lowest prices I've ever seen in my lifetime because no one was traveling. The gas companies were actually hemorrhaging money finally because nobody was buying anything.
Yep.
So because that's the thing. So the way conspiracy theories work is that we know the elite are controlling everything.
Yes.
But it's the elite fighting with the oil company. Those are the two big players fighting at each other because we have no money for gas because our gas prices are so big. Oh, that's what the elites want. Okay, the elites make you know what? You can't go anywhere. Lockdowns, and then the fucking gas prices go down because no one's traveling. They're fucking hand in hand. Why can't the oil guys just be so redneck and just fucking turn around and kill them all?
Oh god, it's
easy and simple as that.
I mean, the oil companies have been killing people.
But only the ones that threaten the oil industry.
Hello there, I am Victor from the Beer Floor Hat Podcast. Are you having troubles of picking out gifts that you want something to mean something? But I have a thing for you. I partner up with somebody at work and his website and Instagram page is called It's Right Here. He does vinyl design, wood jewelry, which is pretty cool, and keepsakes. Keepsakes like Christmas stuff, stocking stuffers, birthday things, whatever you think. He's done a few things for me, and they are amazing. You guys need to go check him out. I'll send a description below. But let him know that the Beer Floor Hat Podcast sent you there. So in other words, let him know to stay frosty.
Or like hydrogen cells, like we've had the technology forever. It's just whenever people try to perfect it so that people's cars don't essentially just blow up on random.
When I was in high school, me and a buddy found out about fucking electrolysis, and there was some dude in the States who made his car run off a liter of water.
Yep.
And the premise of how he did it was he filled a balloon half with water, blew it up, put jumper cables to the bottom of the latex where the water was, and the top of the latex where it wasn't, and electrolyzed the water, and then he lit the balloon on fire, and the hydrogen popped. Yep. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing in the world. We did it in the shop. We made a simple, like, I think it was a lawnmower or a rototiller engine or something. We made it spark and fucking chug off of this. Within like 2 or 3 months, that dude committed suicide with like 3 brain shots to the back of the head.
It's easy to do, okay? It's easy to do when you have your hands cut off and also head or foot off of your body. It's easy to do. It's easy to commit suicide.
It's a suicide. His prints aren't on the weapon, but it is definitely a suicide. And that's a big thing. Electrolysis is super fucking easy. You have to put it in a pressurized system.
Containing it is the problem, and that's what I guess this guy did. And he made a full filtration system to reuse the liter of water, so he only had to add in like a bottle every
so often.
Clicks.
Because what you're ultimately doing is you're burning the hydrogen from H2O, and the oxygen being there assists the combustion reaction. So you're only ever burning water, creating a combustion reaction that will remake and leave a byproduct of water.
The coolest thing that I thought about that was if you take like any flame or fire and you put something over top of it, you're going to get that black carbon soot.
Yes.
This fire was like...
It burns clean.
It burnt clean. There was no soot, no nothing. There was nothing left over. I mean, it was the coolest thing.
I've seen like a few videos about it where like anytime people talk about hydrogen energy or hydrogen cells, the big worry is that, you put hydrogen cells in cars, they might explode, they might be volatile, they might become like dangerous to the public. But if you think about it, combustion engines
in themselves,
you are confining multiple explosions at a very fast pace. They engineered it to be perfect, to work. Not to mention your entire car has a fuel tank full of combustible material, similar to what a hydrogen cell is. We've been able to perfect this, not even really perfect it, but make it work so that it's ultimately safe for drivers all across the world. The deliberate keeping away from hydrogen cells is like an elite tactic. They don't want us to do this.
Something I've noticed about it, you remember like fucking maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago when the electric car was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Now you try and go by, they're all hybrids. There's barely any fully electric vehicles.
Yeah.
When they used to be the fucking forefront, go clean, go green, you want that fucking all electric car. Everything's hybrid now because they still need that reliance on oil.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. And one of the big things I know I was seeing a bit about it. China had this huge incentive or like an initiative where like they were using tax dollars to essentially shift their economy from like gas powered cars to electric cars. The Chinese people didn't want them. Apparently, none of these Chinese people wanted them. So there's parking lots filled with like fully electric vehicles in China not being used.
Mm-hmm.
So like all this lithium, all these like rare earth metals are sitting in these cars not even getting touched.
Yeah, that's honestly something that I never thought of until I started reading about it. But those green cars are nowhere close to green.
Oh, no.
Post or pre-production.
Yeah.
They're some of the most like fucking earth-destroying vehicles we have ever made.
Oh, because like the refining process for lithium to actually make
Lithium alone and like gallium or something like that, another highly rare metal. The work that's put into it to get it, let alone refine it to a usable material, is astronomically insane.
I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like making one lithium battery or making one EV vehicle overall puts something like 10 years worth of harmful like chemicals into the atmosphere.
Because of what you got to do to make it. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely absurd stuff.
Is everybody drunk now? Because that was science.
Hey, you better be drunk.
You fucking touched the table, you
I
motherfucker.
touched the table, fuck you.
Don't touch.
Doesn't even. He slapped it.
He fucking slapped the table. Oh my god. Okay, please. We're gonna start a GoFundMe about getting a new studio. Cause
it's gotta just be the mic, because like
it's
the laptop
mic.
is brand new.
It's the mic. It's a fucking old mic that I'm using, and it's a webcam mic too.
You know, bring in my Blue Yeti. I've had that thing for years.
I was gonna say, I've got to have at least a camera.
I'm trying to find ways to have like 3 mics that don't fucking sound like we're all in a fucking robot room.
We'd have to cook on that.
Yeah. I've been trying to do that, but I don't want to pay for things.
That was what I was saying before when I had my streaming set up at the house. I had a bunch of different phones set up around my table. The only catch was doing live was fucking a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
But if I put the extra hour or so after recording into editing and splicing everything together, it worked a lot better. But it's just a lot time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, time consuming, like flying helicopters, dropping boxes in the farmers' fields, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bringing us to today's topic.
Yes, we are talking about the Lone Star tick, which was biologically bioengineered. Bioweaponed, like the fucking Resident Evil games, motherfuckers, to make people not be able to eat red meat.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I've been watching a lot of InfoWars.
There you go.
Alex Jones.
My research was very much on tick life cycles and stuff. So hey, you got a little more of the
I was looking into like why it could have been happening, and there's like ever since like the late 70s and 80s, there's been a lot of research on Lyme disease, and that's what.
Where did Lyme disease come from? Huh? The government, and they legit proved it was from the government. Because
this is where I think the whole tick becoming a bioweapon thing came from.
Yeah,
I fully fucking believe it, but I can see the steps that it happened. Because like they were researching and testing with Lyme disease and a whole bunch of other insects that carried weird properties and shit. Just because, well, we do the same thing with amphibians.
Mm-hmm.
We look for shit that we can do to frogs and lizards and shit to see if it'll work for us. Go from that to mice to other animals to up to us. It's
like look
it's
at
a disgusting chain of fucking command.
Well, the reason we do it on frogs and stuff is they're a precursor species or they're a marker species.
Yeah.
They're much more susceptible to things like disease. They're much more susceptible to things like hormonal changes, like Alex Jones, the frog. The frog. He was entirely right, by the way.
Yeah, he was
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You see how many things that Alex Jones has legit predicted and it came true?
Yeah. Oh god, like he was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently and he's talking about like I was right about this, I was right about this, I was right about this, but nobody will bring it up. Nobody will bring it up. And it's like you know what?
I legit was watching a video and he legit I still do my show and I still owe the government like this amount of money. They just take the proceeds of my show and look, I'm still spreading the truth. Like, that's like a double fucking backstab to the government. They're taking my money, but I'm exposing them to the people.
But to your original point there, mate, like, ticks are one of those carrier species because they're unaffected by a lot of, like, different types of diseases and viruses. So, like, they'll host it, they'll keep it in their body, but the idea of when they bite onto a host species and exchange, or, like, feed off of the blood meal of whatever they're eating from, they'll slowly pull in whatever pathogens that host species might have, hold on to them, and then the next host that they bite, all that salivary exchange with the blood and stuff will immediately put it right into your body, right where your immune system can't do much about it. It's like being shocked. Or like if someone were to walk up with a needle and say, here's Lyme disease, and they stick it right into your bloodstream instead of like, oh, you get exposed by someone coughing at you, your immune system has time to react, right?
Yeah.
So they've been researching all this, and there's been more of a tick infestation in the last like fucking 20 years.
There's been a population boom, essentially.
Yes. So this is one of the InfoWars videos I've been saving to myself on my Facebook. So here we go.
Surge sending many to ER. Ticks are showing up thousands of miles away from where they never were. And boxes fall from the sky. People catch it on tape, run over, and all these little baby ticks that were bred, just like the baby mosquitoes. Bill Gates breeds in mass. I've shown you the newscast, how great he is, how he's your savior. And then releasing them via motorcycles and drones and helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft in Florida, Texas, and Brazil, and everywhere else. Tick might surge, sending many to ER.
And the thing is, I don't understand how this one guy that stole Microsoft legit can do, like, he's not a fucking doctor, he's not a fucking scientist, he's just a guy with a bunch of fucking money.
Oh, he's dumping money into this stuff.
And he legit said, like, was like, before COVID, oh yeah, we're going to have a planned pandemic. No one listened to him. Look what happened. Look at COVID.
Yep.
He knew Jeffrey Epstein was going to off himself-ish and still be around in Israel and fucking turn around. Fuck, I'm starting to sound like Alex Jones.
I was going to say, Bill Gates has been well informed, and he's ultimately kind of leaked these things in the past.
Yeah.
He doesn't leak them. He legit straight out says them out publicly, and no one fucking believes them, just like Alex Jones. Like, you know what, he's a fucking, he's a billionaire. Look what happened! He's some dude, like, fucking, he does everything.
And now with all these, like, the population of ticks booming, like, kind of related to climate change, but at the same time, like Alex Jones is saying, they're showing up in spots that they shouldn't be. There's many different species of tick. I'll say that. The Lone Star tick is a rather new one that is mainly, like, found in the southern states, like, kind of near Florida, like...
And that's what I had been reading, that what was fucking it up was, like, it was a centrally located, or not centrally, sorry, southerly located, but then it started to creep up the eastern seaboard, and then all the way up to, like, the northern states and everything, and that's where some of the videos that I have seen are from northern states, like there was a farmer in Michigan or something.
Is this the guy we were talking about?
The guy who kicked the box.
And all of a sudden, boom, it was like a swarm of 1,000 of them climbing up the leg and stuff.
Before anything, so we're going to take a quick break of our sponsor. Welcome back. Jesus, kids, I tell you. Fuck.
Hey, they're bundles of joy until...
they're bundles of joy until you hit teenage age and you just want to fucking suffocate them in a fucking bottle of water.
Don't worry.
I mean,
they want to
a
do the
rain
same
barrel.
For
Oh, fuck, where were we?
We were talking about the
we're talking about Bill Gates.
Like, the Lone Star is spread up north, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Before the kids interrupt, I was gonna say this. It's funny because me and Mason were legit talking about this video before he ended up showing up. I was like, yeah, isn't that the same video where the guy turns around and says, yeah, I'm not gonna touch this box, and fucking kicks it? Yeah. I fucking found it funny. I guess he's not eating red meat anymore.
But that was another thing that I was looking into, because like I was telling you, I've looked into the tick thing for a little bit when it first started coming up, and that, like, weird red meat allergy. Yeah. I thought that was the most fucked up thing ever, that a bug bite could trigger an allergy.
I thought it was fake for the longest time.
So did I.
Right? Yeah.
And apparently there's, like, a real chemical reaction that happens to some people, and not even, like, a certain type of people. Like, it's not a certain blood type, it's not a certain ethnicity, it's not a certain location.
It's like a genetic marker within your body where, like, when they actually physically bite you,
it alters, like, something deep inside you, and it fucks up a sugar in your body. And any red meat, any mammal meat, not even just red meat, they found it in other meats too, it will attack that meat, and you'll have like this anaphylactic shock almost because of this. I think it was a type of glucose or something.
Yeah, so essentially the science behind it is when it's biting you, it's dropping a little bit of a virus into your body. Your body takes it up and says, oh, this isn't a bad virus. We're going to adopt it into ourselves. So your body then begins producing antibodies, which is your immune system way of fighting disease, fighting virus. So when you consume red meat, gets into your stomach, and like it starts to break down, or not just red meat, but any type of meat, it recognizes the specific amino acids.
That's it. It's an acid, not a glucose.
But like essentially the building blocks for proteins in your body, or like the functional units that make your cells tick, to put it as simple as possible. But when you eat that meat and it breaks down in your body, your immune system says, oh, no, that's bad. And it's exactly like anaphylactic shock, where if you eat a peanut, your body says, oh, that's bad. And then it triggers an excessive immune response. Your body starts swelling. You start getting rashes. You start to get extremely sick. It's the same reason people with gluten allergies or like celiac disease like can't eat gluten. Like your body immediately starts attacking itself because it recognizes this normal food as a problem or a disease. You're being changed genetically, and you don't even realize it because some little thing bit you.
And that's where I was led to with my research, was that's where the government and the ticks coincide. They have admitted that they were testing with ticks. They have been for years, like I was saying.
Yep.
But when they found this mutation, I guess, through that, they wanted to know why specifically. And like that's a normal sciencey type thing. You want to know why something happens.
Spend millions of dollars on a research that really doesn't need to be fucking researched.
What took me not so much by surprise, but took me back a little, was the CDC or the FDA or whatever a couple weeks ago brought this up in a press conference and admitted to a panel of people that they knew how it worked. And if need be, they could control population and diets by releasing these things in certain locations.
Which,
wait, what?
You're literally just admitting that yep, okay, we understand the research.
It's like, because it's as someone that watches the X-Files kind of religiously, it's all about population control. Because fucking, I'm seriously going to swear to God, if I start getting fucking emails from Bill Gates' fucking lawyers and shit, I'm going to seriously tell him to suck my left nut. Because honestly, he's legit talking about depopulation the Earth by fucking 2030. And no, the Earth doesn't need to be depopulated. It needs to be populated.
You know, I've seen a lot of, like, even just in high school and stuff, like population density, like
we just need another great war.
All kinds of fun statistics about how our population is exceeding our Earth's carrying capacity, where like our resources are being stretched past their limits. And in a lot of ways, yes, it is very true, but the thing is, the distribution of resources is all over the place. The Western countries, admittedly, have a lot more, and a lot more per person available. Whereas, like, a lot of these populations in China, Africa, which are booming with people, or like India, are booming with people, they're living at the absolute ends of poverty. They are consuming almost no resources. So, despite this whole depopulation thing needing to happen, or at least wanting it to happen, it's more they want to call off the lower class of people so that the ones that are sitting up top and sitting more comfortable can continue consuming resources at a higher rate without having to worry about a large number of people consuming fairly amount, like a small amount.
The fucking best way to describe it is if anybody has seen Snowpiercer.
Yeah, Snowpiercer does handle that kind of well. Yeah.
Because the back of the train is all the poor people.
Yeah.
Eats the fucking bars that are made from fucking cockroaches
yeah.
and all that shit. And you have fucking fine dining in the front with fish, steak, and all that shit. It's like, what in the actual fuck?
Yep. A lot of the people making the train work get literal scraps. Well, the people that don't do very much apart from own the train are dining in heaven. I don't know. It's
like it's one of those things where like people like, and the thing is, you can definitely tell fucking people are not smart because they flat out has legit admitted this in the public, and then people are like 5 years later like, oh, he did say that. We didn't listen.
Not even that. They're like, oh, they won't do that again.
Like, look at it now. They're trying to fucking do power lockdowns.
Oh god.
They started doing it in fucking Australia.
In Australia, yep. That's
power lockdowns are basically lockdowns, but with your power.
It's essentially large, like, okay, from this time to this time, we are shutting down the power. Nobody gets power. Nobody has access to it.
Like a full shutdown?
Yeah.
Essentially, they're restricting energy usage over, like, large units of the
So
grid.
basically, if some lonely...
Very dystopian type shit going on. Like,
so
that's great.
You're a lonely guy in your mid-30s to 40s, and, like, you have a special time, and it's around that time where they shut down the power. You're, like, midway, and you're gone. No internet, no video, no excitement. You're just, now I gotta go caveman waves, get a magazine out.
Yeah. Or you stare at the wall and...
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking planning on that shit. And a lot of people are like, no, not this time, motherfuckers.
Which is wild because, again, we have all this technology where we could have been supplementing our energy infrastructure so that we wouldn't have to go into power lockdowns. We could realistically be putting solar panels on every roof of every house and be generating electricity, and that electricity be going
not even that. We know how to store and transfer mass amounts of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? There's probably some absolutely asinine reason of why they don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the deserts and shit like that, where it's fucking sun 18 hours of the day or fucking 10 months of the year, why are we pumping those places full of fucking...
the solar panels or even sort of wind turbines.
With turbines.
Sea turbines are a big thing too. If you put them off of the
coast. Sea turbines.
Mm-hmm. Like you put them in the water and they get naturally...
The current generates the fucking power.
Yeah. It's proven to work there. Like
they did that in the 1800s with those big fucking water wells outside of their houses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fucking using that to turn the fucking things.
It's just there's a whole divide going away from renewable resources because, it's not worth the investment. It's not worth the long-term investment because it's easier for the elite to continue funneling money. And then we've kind of gotten off track from the ticks, but
no, it follows back to the ticks because they're doing these fucking like
the population reductions essentially.
It's all about out of control. That's what it boils down to.
So what I can't understand is that they want to legit put these ticks in fucking the States. I guarantee it's gonna somehow happen in Canada.
Oh, the Lone Star tick is already in the States.
So,
I don't know if there's any cases of it being in Canada yet, but
if you want to test this bioweapon, like I like to say, if I'm under the umbrella company, use it in war for fuck's sakes.
Even then, I think with all the drone capabilities now, we've seen drone advancements like crazy in the past few years, just with the Ukraine and Russia war, and now with Iran and what's going on in the Middle East. So we've been upgrading drone tech, and a lot of companies are starting to take on drone delivery systems. They've already essentially completed what they need to essentially drop these bioweapon bombs in, and because it's not gas, because it's not chemicals,
and it's not from the Canadians,
because it's not technically a bioengineered disease that they're releasing. They're just releasing animals. That's all it is. It's not technically breaking war conventions or Geneva conventions. It's a new way to weaponize disease, unfortunately.
Has anybody ever watched or played the games Resident Evil?
Oh, yeah. We've talked about it a good amount on this podcast.
These things has come up because if you want to take a look at fucking Resident Evil. They have the fucking Resident Evil 5. Mm-hmm. They have this fucking big ass fucking zombie spider thing. Mm-hmm. It's just from a small spider that they fucking did some crafty shit to it and made it fucking huge. And you have to, of course, waste all your ammo on it. Fuck. Geez, just Bill Gates can just be called fucking Albert Wesker with the actual glasses.
And I was going to say, so I don't think you said it on the podcast yet, but you sent a post of Bill Gates' recent announcement.
I have it right here.
How he's training in bioengineering ticks so that they can drop them into the African population to help deal with the ticks currently affecting Africa. So they're essentially going to make ticks with a strain or a gene.
Yes,
DNA.
right here.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Breaking. Bill Gates Foundation spent $7.6 million on engineering like basically ticks, and spread it in the wild. The Gates Foundation filed over $7.6 billion in biotech for these fucking things to control livestock in Africa. So you see the fucking pictures of bone constrictors? They're dead with like thousands of ticks on them.
Oh yeah, and like when you see them too, like it's ticks in their nymph phase, which is like essentially their phase before adulthood. So like when they're still kind of vulnerable, when they might not be full carriers of something, but they're getting to the size of golf balls because they've been sitting on these animals for maybe a week, and they just suck and get all that blood out of there. And it's their fucking ass that grows to the size of a golf ball, or sometimes even bigger. And the fact that these animals are being covered in them to the point where they look like, I guess, I don't know how to describe it, like a stucco ceiling where it's a bunch of like little balls all across their body.
Or that little fucking, the shirts they can put in it, in like
sequin shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like smiley face, sad face, smiley face, that shit. That's what it looks like. It's fucking stupid. And like,
so the idea behind this bioengineering is that, okay, we're going to look at this tick population, like change them genetically, essentially make them weaker or like more susceptible to environmental factors, release them in the wild, and they might breed with these other ticks to hopefully die off a little more naturally. And it's like, okay, that's a great hope. There's a good chance that like natural selection will occur.
Nature finds a way.
Well, natural selection will occur. They say, okay, like these will start breeding. The ones that are weak will eventually just die out.
So now we've got super ticks.
Exactly.
So they have what someone has found out. They have these ticks that attack.
That's something else. These Lone Star ticks are so much more aggressive and so much more territorial than other species of ticks. And they like, normally when you go out for a walk in the forest or something and you step on fucking a patch of grass that has ticks, 9 times out of 10 that tick is going to be scared of a giant foot, almost crush it. It's going to scatter away. You're sitting there, you're going to get a couple on your boots. You're a giant. They're fucking...
You brush them off. It's fine.
These Lone Star ticks are in packs.
They're hunters.
And they look for another host. So, you may brush off a couple, and then you look back down, and there's 40 of them. They
will actively crawl on you. They will seek out your skin. They are smelling you. They smell your hormones. Like hunter predator behavior.
They are not. They are 95% not killable. Anything people have used is not working. You need to burn these motherfuckers like spiders. Like it's
one thing. So when I was in university, one of my projects was an entomology project. So we were supposed to capture insects, like do the whole thing where you dry them out, pin them, like set out their legs and stuff. And one of the things we were told is if you catch a tick, if you find a tick, you need to kill it with ethyl ether, which is like essentially a highly toxic substance if you let it sublimate or just like evaporate essentially. So I found a tick. It was actually on my cat, and it was like I didn't realize it was a tick at first. I thought it was like a little cancerous tumor, and I'm like, oh my god, my cat's sick, whatever. And then like my roommate kept up, it's like, no, that's a tick. So we eventually removed it with tweezers, and it was a living little tick squirming around. It was like, holy fuck! Like I didn't notice. My cat had never been outside. This tick somehow got inside and on my cat, and it was like, fuck. Pulled it off, put it in this jar, put it like. Drop like maybe 4 drops of ethyl ether in there, like sealed it up, let it sit in the jar. It ran around for like a good hour, like in this literal poison cloud, not fucking dying. And it's like crazy shit to me. So these ticks are invulnerable to so many different things. They're like cockroaches. And the fact that they're so small makes them harder to deal with, right?
Well, yeah, and it was so same thing happened. Took the dog out for a walk and fucking brought him down to the little like grass over there. So okay, whatever. A week later, I see like what you explained, like it's just a skin tag or whatever. I'm like, nah, that doesn't look like a skin tag though. So I'm like,
especially with how fast
I'm fucking playing with it a little bit. I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel like a skin tag. Went to the wife. I'm like, babe, I think there's a tick on the dog. She's like, what? So thank God my sister-in-law's vet tech.
There you go.
She call her over. Hey, can you look see what this? She's like, yeah, it's a tick. We gotta get it off him.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Like if you discover a tick, you need to get it off of you as
soon as possible. since the whole tech thing's coming up, they're having videos out there about like if your kids or you get a tick on you have less than 4 hours to get to the hospital. Because that's when it starts Lyme disease come in.
You're not supposed to try and pick it off either.
No, because the head will come off.
Yeah, and if you do that, it like has a natural reaction to start spitting. Yes. Like normally they'll spit to dissolve and coagulate the blood around it, but whenever it gets pinched or pulled too hard, it fucking just pukes everything right back out.
Essentially, yeah, like if you go to tweezer it out and you don't get that head, like you separate the body from it, it's like, oh, the head is still there. Oh, it's fine. We got it.
No, it's not.
No, that head will do exactly like you said. It'll just emergency vomit, get everything that is inside of it out and into your body. So like it creates, like you were saying, Victor, you have that 4 hours or a reasonable time window where it might not be spitting bile and shit back in.
No, but you might not want it out before it gets that chance, right? Because
so you need to be careful when you're removing. You got to get tweezers, and you need to literally push them into your skin around the head like you're popping a zit, and then like grab it by the head and pull out like very slowly, because any little bit of that head, any little bit of those front legs left in there,
right? So you
it's an arachnid. So that's the funniest part. Yeah, it's technically a spider. Yeah, it's not like, even an insect.
But like that's what I mean. You're not supposed to break it or pinch it too hard or nothing, but it's just that it's a fucking insect inside a dog who's probably twitching, or your kid who's definitely fucking twitching.
Oh gosh. And it also depends on the life cycle of it. If you get an adult that bites you and it burrows into you, a lot of the time the adults, they will get fully under your skin. Yeah. It takes a few days for them to fully burrow, but like once they're under there,
they'll dig. And they'll keep going.
Just like the fucking bugs from the Mummy.
Yeah.
You gotta get fucking Rick O'Connor and fucking with a swift butterfly knife, get that fucking bitch out.
See, it's uncommon for the adults to fully embed themselves, but once
they'll get real close.
They will get themselves fully, and like they will move under your skin. Like sometimes I've seen videos of it, like where it's like, oh, like I thought this was just a regular bite, then I saw it moving, and it's like they cut it open, and there's a fucking tick in there. It's yucky shit.
That's fucked.
The ones that will bite onto you are the nymph phase, so like the third phase of their life, and like they'll be the ones that like kind of grow externally and look like the skin tag.
The ones that look like a grape as they get bigger.
Yeah, essentially. And like that's the phase they have to go through before they become an adult, and essentially they suck up as much blood as possible, and they'll naturally fall off at some point and use that energy to
evolve.
Metamorphosize.
Yeah.
So like a butterfly kind of changing. Every single life phase for these ticks, they need blood meal. That like they survive exclusively as a parasite. And these Lone Star ticks, like you guys were saying, are predatory. They're not just, oh, okay, I'm a little hungry, we're gonna find a host organism, eat for a little bit, and then
actively seek them out.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like it's just like why fuck with, like, as you said, nature finds a way.
Mm-hmm.
The famous quote from Jurassic Park.
But see, humans are like, well, let's see if we can find a way first. And they try and do it.
They like to play God.
Yeah, straight up. Once humans find something out, they need to exploit it. They need to use it. They need to figure out every little which way they can deal with it.
Oh, because I imagine at a certain point these scientists that were researching were like, oh, if we understand the tick's biology, we can counteract it. Kind of like they were research studies with malaria and mosquitoes, and how they realized mosquitoes were a carrier for malaria because they were unaffected by the virus.
Right.
And they realized if they could kill off a certain amount of the mosquito population, or if they had like deterrents essentially on people, like these malaria-bitten mosquitoes or malaria-affected mosquitoes would die off in larger droves. Malaria became less of a problem because of it. Boom, great, problem solved, problem dealt with.
Malaria is supposed to happen with all this R&D and whatnot, but then you get that one general who's like, you said what?
You said that. You said these like little tiny bugs can carry very lethal diseases?
True, I do not try. True, I do not. There is no try. Do it. But why? Like, there's been multiple movies, there was multiple TV shows, there's been multiple fucking human experiments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Like, I understand the whole science logic of it, Walker.
Yes.
But don't fuck with things.
Yep. No, you don't want to fuck with the natural order. The more you poke your environment around you, the more it's going to poke back. It's like, Newton's principle of every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Oh, we're going to try and cull this population, or we're going to try and genetically change this population for the better. That population is going to fight you back in a very different way.
So in other words,
it's funny you say that. There was something, I can't remember what brought it up on my feed, like some weird algorithm shit, but there was overfishing in Japan or something, and they lost like 80% of their krill population.
Yeah.
And what scientists and everything expected was that in turn, I think it was humpback or killer whale, or one that primarily eats just krill, that population should also be dropping down. Apparently, they've seen the exact fucking opposite because, like I said, nature found a way. They were eating a different kind of krill. They went and found it elsewhere because
blue whales, I believe, is what you're
something
thinking.
like that. Yeah, they had realized that the waters that they were in were overfished. They didn't have any food there, so they migrated. Scientists seen less whales, less krill. Oh shit, we've lost the population. No, they migrated to where it was,
and they changed their food source.
They changed their food source.
So suddenly they're eating something more. A larger part of the environment is becoming effective. Like, we're losing another part because we overfish something else.
But like you said, you touch one thing, your environment is going to poke back in a way that you probably don't see coming. So these ticks, they're invasive, they're predatorial, they're annihilating deer population.
Oh yeah,
where they're spreading through. What's that gonna do to coyote populations? What's that gonna do now to, say, bears or fucking
small game like rabbits, ducks.
Rabbits and ducks. What's that going to do to all of that?
And like, sure, a lot of these like smaller game, smaller mammals, like they're all vegetarians. Maybe they're not going to be affected by this Lone Star virus, but suddenly, or like, it's not the Lone Star virus. It's called alpha-gal or something.
Alpha-gal, yeah.
But suddenly they're now carriers for it. We hunt these populations, whether it's wild game or like it even gets into our like actual food sources, like maybe rabbit hatcheries, or like chicken hatcheries and stuff. It's like that alpha-gal gets to these animals because of these ticks, and like smaller animals, like the early life stages of ticks, like from hatching, they prefer smaller animals like chickens, rabbits, rats, whatever. We could start seeing like large amounts of livestock being affected, and when these get to the Canadian population, the American population, you eat it, all of a sudden you have this virus that couldn't be denatured by any sort of chemical process. We don't have a way to track it, essentially. Boom, all of a sudden these ticks that were a problem if they bit you are now a problem because they've affected the entire food source.
So, and another thing for Bill Gates is that he didn't want this to happen, quotations, because he loves the people so much, but he is producing 3D printed food.
Oh, God.
And the only way to eat the meat is to eat the 3D printed food. That's what he wants. Like, there's a lot of people finding out from, like, Walmart and, like, there's other food chains that, like, their chicken looks weird.
I've seen some videos of the weird, like, stringy-looking chicken, and, like, it's gotta be...
Stringier chicken is because of the way they're bred. They're essentially given lots of growth hormones. They're bred very fast. They're given a lot of fatty foods so that they'll grow.
With chicken specifically, that's Red Dead 1. What is every single bird meat called in that game?
Chicken.
Stringy meat.
Yeah, stringy
game.
Yes.
Sorry, stringy game.
Yeah.
Every bird is like that. You take chicken, it doesn't like fall apart. It breaks down different.
It's like a cheese string.
Yeah, it's very fibrous. A lot of the fibers will run in the same direction. Yeah, there we go.
Fibrous.
And the thing is, when they're doing this with broiler chickens especially, they're raising them to 1 year old and then mass shipping them out to get slaughtered. And the broiler chickens are just being fed growth hormones so that they'll grow lots of muscle, they'll grow lots of fatty tissue that we can eat.
And as soon as they get to the fucking distribution places, they're pumped full of fucking saline water, and they stretch out and plump up so they get wrapped up real nice and look all nice. And then as soon as you let it sit and de-thaw in your freezer, it shrinks back, or in your fridge, shrinks back down. You cook it, and it's nothing but fucking water.
So it loses half the weight that you're paying for. And on the same, at that same note, it's less nutritious because it's less genuine protein. It is just this chicken has been pumped full of essentially steroids to grow fat.
To look nice, but there's nothing sustainable about it.
But that's the thing with this fucking thing going around. People are having this reaction for meat. It's like, okay, the only meat I can have is this fucking man-made shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is okay, and Bill Gates is the big fucking guy for it.
Yep.
Like, I can't understand how fucking...
See, that's where I can 100% see Bill Gates pumping millions of dollars into it. Because from what I've gathered, they don't... It's still it's a known thing, but it's not a guaranteed thing of how this alpha gal is transmitted, how it's even fucking bred into our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not directed to one blood type or to one type of person. Two people of the same family of the exact same blood can have two different reactions.
Yes.
Some people can get it, be deathly allergic to red meat for a couple months, a year, and then completely out of their system.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some people are fucked for life.
Oh, like, so the mechanism I described earlier is essentially how it works, but like, there's no rhyme or reason for why it happens to people.
Yes, we know that it does, and we know that it can, but we can't
predict it.
Predict it, yeah.
So let's just say Hitler didn't get that far.
So if I release a bunch of arachnids that are all Jew-hating, then I will create the asteroid with the insects alongside me. Oh, it's perfect.
Boom!
Amazing.
But here, like this, everything we know about what happened in World War II is about the testing of all, like, fucking people and shit.
Yep.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have half the shit we had. So, in other words, we have to kind of blame Hitler for it, but we have to say, you know what, he did a pretty good job.
You know what, like, a lot of German engineering was a precursor to genetic engineering. It helped open up a lot of stuff. Like
Super soldiers!
Gregor Mendelssohn, I believe he was of German descent, or like Austrian descent, something like in that area. Like one of the earliest geneticists out there. Same with Darwin. Darwin was more English, but at the same time, a lot of science was influenced very much by Germany and very much by the way these countries in Europe interacted with one another, even before World War I and World War II. So it makes sense that all of this science carried forward and all this genetics carried forward. And I remember seeing a lot of stuff like over the past few years talking about how like the tech sector was the biggest thing growing. Like the science will constantly evolve, but science has evolved the tech sector to a point where we can't change it too much anymore without like the smallest changes require like huge amounts of money, huge amounts of power, whatever.
Yeah, so Bill Gates should be doing that shit instead of fucking making bioweapons.
And that's what we're seeing now. The science has shifted from technology specifically to biotechnology, because now that we figured out computers and stuff, we can say, okay, now that we can use computers to visualize and change genetics, we can start altering
genetics.
Yeah, DNA, and like essentially changing people at birth, making designer babies. Like you can it exists. You can essentially predetermine, like, give your child.
So, in other words, if you watch Man of Steel first fucking scene when they're like, oh yeah, just grab the codex, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, like General Zod was born and bred to be a fucking leader. Oh, Kal-El, hey, no, he's the first natural birth in fucking hundreds of centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, because they had that technology where, you know what, this guy's a scientist. You know what, let's make this guy a chef.
Yep, like we're at the point where we can edit genomes, we can edit viruses that essentially you can put into something that then edit the genome of the thing it's in. It is technology that exists and is getting better and better.
So,
science is making leaps in the biochemical field right now.
So if Bill Gates really wants to do something, just make a fucking zombie apocalypse for fuck's sakes.
I think a lot more people would have fun with it, really.
I was going to say, that'd be a wish come true for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially gamers.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because
the gamer population is ready for it.
We're ready!
Look, there's been fucking interviews, and, like, people say, yeah, like, if there's any zombie apocalypse, you know those fucking nerds that play zombie games all the time would fucking survive.
Well, yeah, it's going to be the ones that are all gung-ho that are like, hey, you guys are fucking stupid.
It's not going to be one of the ones that's like, oh no, they're my loved ones, though.
I gotta go back.
Oh,
Get the fuck in the car.
I don't want to fight back. Oh, they're biting me. Oh no, I'm infected.
No. You do the best scene of all time of the best fucking zombie movie, Shaun of the Dead. If anybody comes to you, bash them right in the head. Fucking cricket bat, right in the head. Seems to work.
So that's it. Like, these gamers are going to be ready for it. They're going to recognize the zombie virus and say,
But-
"Can you get near me?" You're done.
The real question is, what fucking set of zombies? Because I legit told the wife this. If I hear
Left 4 Dead type
We're
zombies.
good.
Yeah.
oh my god, no! You can fuck right off. Because that's what everybody's fucking game changer is. They don't care about The Walking Dead. They don't care about fucking, like, well, Last of Us is kind of iffy, but it'd be fucking still fun.
It's doable.
The only zombies I don't want are World War Z.
That's what I'm thinking. World War Z.
I don't
are
want
hyper
zombies
enhanced.
that are sentient. That's
Just,
okay.
just have a cold and you're fine. You just be sick all the time. It's okay. It's the most fucking stupidest thing ever. I'm
starting to feel better. Let's eat a chunk of shit. Here we go.
honestly, like you in 24-hour cold, 24/7 cold, injected. There you go. No zombie fucking like that's the most fucking stupidest thing.
I mean the herd or the hive mentality mindset that those zombies
where
have.
they're like able
I'm
to communicate and like fully chase you down.
That one zombie who picked up the machine gun and smiled? Yeah, no, I don't want that.
No, that wasn't Smile. That was Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead.
Fucking idiot. They're legit zombies trying to do their fucking everyday fucking job. It was the black guy.
Yeah, what?
He legit like the zombie went over to the fucking like line of the old like gas station. Ting ting. Looking around for a fucking car.
Oh gosh.
I can deal with those zombies.
I don't want sentient, mindful zombies. I just want the ones that are running on primal instinct and pure muscle matter, and I know what to do with those ones.
Yeah. You can deal with a predator that just wants to kill. That's it. Yeah.
I know what it's going for. I can use that against it. I don't want a zombie thinking. Fuck that.
It becomes the most dangerous game, but everything is chasing you as the most dangerous game.
But the thing is, like, if you really think about it, even in The Walking Dead, in the last fucking season, they're able to fucking climb cars. They're able to open up doors.
The Walking Dead is very inconsistent with the zombies, so
that's the one I didn't like it at all because they tried to lean so like. What I noticed with The Walking Dead is the zombies at the start of the show are decrepit humans. Mm-hmm. The zombies at the end of the show are rotting fucking corpses. But yet, those were the ones that started to learn and fucking, like...
Were somehow smarter, somehow stronger, somehow faster.
But they're literally falling apart because of how old and how long they've been around. And you guys made the point to say that the zombies eventually died out because they rotted away. So why are they learning?
Mm-hmm. Like, their muscle tissue should be gone. Like, a lot of them should not be able to move. A lot of them shouldn't be able to have any sort of cognition because their brain and organs have rotted away.
There's one, like, super girly zombie movie, and I've always thought that it was, like...
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies!
Oh, hilarious fucking movie.
But
I read the book. Actually, a genuinely good book.
That zombie makes sense. Mm-hmm. It starts as a fresh corpse and slowly degrades into an actual skeleton, loses all of its muscles, loses everything, and then that's right, its course turns into that weird fucking...
I think part of the Warm Bodies, like, romantic novel is because he gets the virus after he dies, and he starts to become more human when, like, he re-gets cognition, like, his relationship with the girl.
His heart starts.
His heart restarts, like, his organs restart, and, like, his body's able to start actually naturally healing itself and recovering. It's very sappy in that sense, but, like,
I like the progression of the zombies in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know it was a book, to be honest with you.
Who's that kid? It has the same guy from Hot Time Machine.
Yes.
He's like talking to himself because he can't hear him. Like, yeah, man, you want to go hit something? Like, fuck, like. But yeah, I do not want to hear fucking Left 4 Dead zombies. Fuck that. Like, I'm fucking out. I will seriously take a fucking bullet in the mouth.
Resident Evil zombies are a close second. DayZ zombies are the worst. Or World War Z zombies, not DayZ. DayZ is something else.
Honestly, I don't know if I want to fuck with fucking Resident Evil zombies.
No, because if we do that, then we have dogs, then we have fucking that weird ape man, then we have that arachnid, then we have all of this other shit.
And then you have Wesker, and then you have Alice that's not supposed to be there, and she's there, and like with powers, like what the fuck's going on? Oh god, it's just a mind fuck.
So, Bill Gates, if you are listening, if you can genetically engineer a tick that turns people into zombies, maybe.
Yeah, you might get a bit more support.
That's more fucking realistic than all this. Let's bring ticks out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Bill Gates needs to spend that fucking $7.6 million on that fucking research they did fucking years ago on a zombie virus they actually found fucking like 1,000 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It actually came out and there was a whole news thing and said, oh yeah, they're scientists, yeah, we found it. We're trying to make a cure for it.
Well, there is zombie parasites in insects and in animals. Like
No. That's where you're going to The Last of Us, sir.
Yes, cordyceps something is the like fungal zombie virus that happens in ants, and that's where it's based off.
It's a fungus that like takes over fucking tiny insects.
Oh,
and spiders
sweet,
and shit like that.
sweet! I can do that.
I was gonna say we did go over this in one of our last of this episodes, but essentially what it is, like the mushroom grows in your brain and it puts its mycelium, essentially its nerve endings, into your body or into your nerve system and incorporates it. Your laptop. And it essentially takes over your body. It's like, okay, I'm puppeting you. I have access to all of your nerves. I'm in charge now.
Okay,
I think there's one in fish too.
Yeah, there is one in fish. I forget the name of it, but it does exist.
It targets salmon not specifically, but most of the time.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. This is going to be the closing thing we do on the podcast.
Okay.
But you know what? Not next week because I'm gone golfing. The following week, I'm
not here next week either, so we might not have an episode.
We're not going to have an episode.
I'm not here anyway. Yeah, there we go.
But the following week, I don't care. I'm making a decision right now on this episode. We are doing a What If The Last of Us episode. Only because you'll know who this guy is because he's a really good actor.
You told me stuff before.
It's
a really good one.
So, my brother have you watched this show yet?
No, I've never even played the game.
Dude, it's fucking fun. You won't get it because you're an Xbox bitch. So, this is the opening. This is the opening scene, if you haven't listened to the Last of Us review.
Episode that we've done, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of the Last of Us show. There we go.
And that's your biggest worry?
Yes, any kind of virus, but most probably something similar to influenza.
Because of air travel.
Through the air. Coughing.
I'm sorry.
Before anything, it's copyrighted from HBO.
Yes.
I meant people on
And the
planes.
science is
That
real.
was something you described in your book.
Yes, a new virus in Madagascar, say, could be in Chicago within a matter of weeks.
You're going to love
End up
who's
with a global pandemic. Pan meaning the whole world becomes sick all at once.
And Dr. Newman, you're also an epidemiologist. I presume the prospect of a viral pandemic keeps you up at night as well.
No.
No?
It's
All right,
Jonathan.
well, that's our show.
No, mankind has been at war with the virus from the start. Sometimes millions of people die, as in an actual war, but in the end, we always win.
But you, just to be clear, you do think microorganisms pose a threat?
Oh, in the most dire terms.
Bacteria?
No.
You like saying no?
Yes.
Not bacteria, not viruses, so
fungus. Yes, that's the usual response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. Let me ask you, where do we get LSD from?
Where do you get it from?
It comes from ergot, a fungus. Psilocybin, also a fungus. Viruses can make us ill, but fungi can alter our very minds. There's a fungus that infects insects, gets inside an ant, for example, travels through its circulatory system to the ant's brain, and then floods it with hallucinogens, thus bending the ant's mind to its will. Fungus starts to direct the ant's behavior, telling it where to go, what to do, like a puppeteer with a marionette. And it gets worse. The fungus needs food to live, so it begins to devour its host from within, replacing the ant's flesh with its own. But it doesn't let its victim die. No, it keeps its puppet alive by preventing decomposition. How? Where do we get penicillin from?
Fungus. Dr. Schoenheis, you're in distress.
Fungal infection of this kind is real, but not in humans.
True, fungi cannot survive if its host's internal temperature is over 94 degrees. And currently there are no reasons for fungi to evolve to be able to withstand higher temperatures. But what if that were to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Well, now, there is reason to evolve. One gene mutates, and an Ascomycetia, Candida, ergot, Cordyceps, Aspergillus, any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us. Billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if that happens,
It'd be the end.
Yep. We lose.
Yeah.
That
And then you think about that with global warming, rising temperatures. That is a thing.
It's
Fucking.
You're seeing all kinds of ecological changes. You're even seeing current species that are dying out, but because they're evolving to something new.
Forced adaptation.
Mm-hmm. And I have to say, he made a point where humans aren't affected by mushrooms yet, but we have.
Foot fungus.
Foot fungus.
Athlete's foot.
Athlete's foot
It is a
very
fungus that survives in our feet, and it's susceptible to heat because of the heat that's generated from the sweat and the moisture in your socks.
Mm-hmm. There's another one. There's like different flesh-eating fungi. Essentially, if they get on your flesh or they get into an open wound, they will culture and they will slowly start to eat your skin away.
Okay, are we just gonna continue with this episode?
No, we'll resolve it here. But there's a lot of real threats, and hell, Bill Gates, he could make a zombie virus with fungus on these ticks, and that's a very real possibility.
And what's the best thing in the course of the heating temperatures, Mason?
Stay frosty, my friends.
Staring down, Moon and the cat's the biggest pussy in town.